We're entering a brand new era of Ben 10, which makes me incredibly happy to say because we've gotten no new games besides the incredible fan games by the community in forever, right? No new games, no new show. However, we do have the new Ben 10 comic by, Dynamite, which has been absolutely incredible. They've even got issue number 4 on pre-order right now. They've got a third print of Ben 10 issue number 1, a second print of Ben 10 issue number 2. They've even got blind bags and things like that. So the sales over there and everything like that, it's in demand. It's been incredibly successful. It is doing really well, and I want you guys to, if you can, go and support the comics as well, because the comics, if we support that, it'll show the demand that there is for Ben 10, because I think Ben 10 right now has been in a very weird era, or very weird like stage for years now. Ben 10 is so huge, right? Like there's so much potential to this, and it hurts me and various people in this community, such as yourselves, the people watching this video, that is not being explored. We've gotten the reboot, which granted it had its flaws, but it was still something that ended on a high note with the whole alien extinction crossover. That was quite fun. It paid homage to all the previous iterations of Ben, and now we have the comic. But the weird thing is, Cartoon Network has been busy making sequels of Adventure Time, regular show, Teen Titans Go, like even Gumball has returned, which I absolutely love. Gumball is great, but I'm just surprised that there's been nothing to do with Ben 10 for this long, right? Like, it's been such a long time. However, rumors are swirling ahead of San Diego Comic-Con 2026 that Warner Brothers is reportedly developing a new Ben 10 project, which has been in the talks in the community for the past few days. And I've got an article here that goes into detail about it, so we're going to check this out. Ahead of this franchise's panel on the Friday, July 24th, rumors are swirling that a new animated project is already in the works. This isn't just another appearance, it marks the series' first return to San Diego Comic-Con since 2018. Adding fuel to the fire, Warner Bros. Animation Cartoon Network Studios president Sam Register recently dropped a big hint to TheWrap, revealing that new iterations of Ben 10 are currently in active development. So, by specifically using the word iterations, Register dropped the massive hint that Warner Brothers and Cartoon Network aren't just working on a standard reboot, instead they appear to be developing multiple Ben 10 projects at the same time, which would be a quite interesting thing. I personally, for me, I love the OG Ben 10, the OG Ben 10, like Ben 10 Classic was absolutely incredible. Alien Force is great. Ultimate Alien, it had its moments. It wasn't really my favorite. Like, it had so much potential, but just seeing the same 4 Ultimate Aliens being used, yeah, like, I still like it, but some episodes really I didn't enjoy. Omniverse was fantastic. The art style alone, and exploring the alternate bands, we get to see Ben 10K, just Gwen, everything like that. It was great. But I don't think we're gonna end up going back to that, funnily enough. Like, I would absolutely love to see the Ben 10 Omniverse, like, Universal road trip that they were doing, or Omniversal road trip, whatever the plan was. That would be great. Maybe a Ben 10,000 more mature show. I mean, with the Dynamite comics, man, I've been absolutely enjoying it. It feels really grounded, and the Omnitrix seems very sentient in that, like, comic, right? Like, the Omnitrix seems to be activating on its own. The transformations have insane body horror. Ben seems to be in pain when he uses it. Like, they're not shying away from people straight up getting, like, annihilated, just completely, it's grotesque what happens. So that is very mature of a comic on its own, which I quite enjoy. They're finally, they're getting off the ground, because you got to kind of retread some beats, Ben getting the Omnitrix, but I'm sure soon we'll get to see some very incredible stuff over there with the comic. I mean, the art style is starting to settle down and look a lot better. But the new iterations of Ben 10, I hope that they stick to what works, but also try to explore different territories, right? Don't make it way too different. You want to have it be familiar, if that makes sense, right? Maybe more mature. Like, I know Dynamite's doing that exactly with the comics, but I think something for the people that grew up with Ben 10 that are still in the community, but also enough to bring in new people. Like, it's a hard line to kind of follow, but anyways, let's continue on with this. What makes this even more intriguing is the broader studio strategy register outlined in the same interview. Warner Bros. And Cartoon Network Studios have essentially morphed into a third-party production house for outside platforms, as evidenced by Batman Cape Crusader landing on Prime Video and Wonderfully Weird World of Gumball premiering on Hulu. Which, by the way, it was incredible. Like the Wonderfully Weird World of Gumball. There's just an episode where it was just a whole Dragon Ball reference where they're fusing and fighting. It was great, man. What a good show that is. If a new Ben 10 project gets revealed this weekend, there's a strong chance it could end up streaming somewhere other than its old home on Cartoon Network, which would be a good thing, I think. And it's quite surprising considering that if Cartoon Network had a Mount Rushmore, Ben 10 would be carved out in the center of it, which I do agree. Ben 10 is a behemoth of a franchise. Sadly, one of the things that did happen a lot with Ben 10 is they would sort of focus on the toys, which it makes sense, right? It was a kid's show, but sometimes the toy sales would get like into the actual story, so you'd create characters for the toy sales that then get pushed into the show pretty much. But hopefully here on out, we just get pure Ben 10, just pure goodness, man. That's what I'm hoping for anyways. While other Cartoon Network classics defined the 90s, Ben 10 became the absolute financial and operational engine of the network throughout the 2000s and the 2010s. The franchise has generated over $7.8 billion in global retail sales to date and was an animated IP that was in continuous production for nearly 16 years, spanning from the classic 2005, Alien Force 2008, Ultimate Alien 2010, Omniverse 2012, and Reboot 2016 to 2021. And Reboot has been gone for 5 years now, by the way. Reboot's been gone for 5 years. It started 10 years ago, right? 10 years ago. Classic was 20 years ago. Well, 21. Man, I'm old, bro. Unk status. But seriously, this has been a consecutive behemoth. And it kind of makes sense. Maybe they like cooled off for a little bit because Reboot didn't have the best sort of reception. But I think they should come back and just go hard, right? Like go mature or do something else. But I'm very excited. So over on X/Twitter, co-creator Duncan stated, Steve will be bopping around the whole weekend and announcing something really big coming from later this year from Man of Action and Dynamite. I'm just there for Friday. Stop by the Dynamite booth for a signature or come to the panel. It'd be awesome to see you. And also, speaking of Dynamite comics, they've been absolutely incredible. Like, they've sent me 3 comics so far, some limited edition comics, and I'm just incredibly grateful. Obviously, I'm still supporting the comics regardless if they would send me these things or not, but it has been awesome to actually have these comics as they come out. It's been incredible seeing the art style, the different variant covers. It's just been awesome. I always wanted an actual official Ben 10 comic for a long time. I know we've gotten like some in magazines and things like that, but this is like the Dynamite Comics Ben is an official Ben for the comics. He takes a lot of inspiration, it seems, from every single like Ben that we've seen, even the reboot with some aliens. But this could be a very, very unique experience, and I'm following it very closely. I'm very much so enjoying what they're building up. Vilgax looks crazy. I'm excited to see the clash, and since this is a lot more of a mature series, I assume the stakes will be even higher. I mean, we'll just have to find out. And who knows how long this could even keep going for, right? The reception has been incredible, so I hope that we can just keep pushing it on and on. But yeah, at its core, Ben 10 is the ultimate what-if story for any kid. The franchise kicks off on a routine summer road trip when 10-year-old Ben discovers a mysterious alien device called the Omnitrix. And that's the really cool thing because, Azimuth made that as a sort of way to have somebody walk in a mile of, someone else's shoes, right? So you can kind of... And I guess it's like also like Noah's Ark, right? So it can save every single species that's out there that's been collected through the database in the Omnitrix. Obviously, a lot of people want that watch because they see it as a powerful device. Hence, Vilgax, he wants to make an army. which is crazy, right? So I'm just excited for the future, man. I'm also excited to see what they're gonna do in Dynamite comics, because the watch is a lot more alien. It seems to also glitch, because Ben was like transforming at one point, and he was like glitching out through his transformations. So I don't know. We'll just have to see. But let me know what you guys want to see with Warner Brothers Animation when it comes to a new Ben 10 project. Do you want to see a new movie? Do you want to see a new show with Omniverse continuing? Do you want to see something completely new and mature? Or do you want to go back to Ben 10 Classic? Or just, whatever. Let me know in the comments below. I'm putting a ball in your court. Thanks so much for watching. Have an absolutely wonderful day. Go check out Ben 10 Dynamite. Yeah, peace.